I actually would posit the view. I would posit the view that sexuality is less important to the cultural understanding of itself, the culture's understanding of itself, than you would think. I actually think you really have to understand culture not from a place. This really goes to the point. Culture isn't from a place of inward outward creation. Culture isn't something that comes from the human collective. It's an imposition. It's an imposition into the form. People choose to go along with it. People choose to participate through incentive of various stylings or a lack of awareness or fortitude against the forces that do so. But there is very little of culture that is created from within the people. It's an imposition. You want to call it, it's from the elite classes formulating it. You want to talk about it's some demonic force instantiating it to cohere the people above some various population level analysis, whatever. Culture isn't something that people come up with, unless it is imposed by some priest class. But culture isn't something that comes from within the people. People don't decide to do things that are against nature. They never have. That's the whole point, is when did this start? When did people start doing things that are against the righteous truth? When did people turn against God? When did people turn against nature? That's the question. When did we start doing things that are against our own interest? That's the question. And no, we didn't come up with them. We didn't have some idea of this. Maybe somebody did it to fuck the rest of the people over, put them in chains. I don't know. It tends to lead to conspiracy theory if you think of the priest classes or some elite classes being the formulators of these ideas. I'm not saying it's not true, but I tend to think of there's more of some quasi-spiritual dimension where there is some force outside of humanity and mildly outside of nature as we know it that comes into the breach and has the effect of making this interplay occur. And it may enact itself through humanity in some form or some sector. But that is the real question, is these forces. What turns mankind against himself? What imposes a human being to make choices and participate in systems that are fundamentally opposed to his well-being and fundamentally opposed to the natural order? What is this? What is this force? This is the new line of inquiry. I think every other analysis is simply searching around within the dark corners of something that you would like to pin on someone that you don't understand, as opposed to analyzing the thing for what it actually is, at least at a scale that we'd be able to do so. So take it a level up and analyze why do people participate in these things? What is the force that compels them to do so? It doesn't come from us. But mankind wouldn't turn against himself. So what force comes into the breach if we are a part of nature? If we are a part of nature, if we are not fundamentally separate, which there's no way that we are. So what is it? What force compels us to turn against God?